Can you believe spooky season's half over?
No, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like by
It's
Monday.
the 13th, yeah.
Yeah. By Monday, we'll be halfway done, man.
By Monday, that's only the 14th.
It's close.
No, that's not halfway.
Oh, you don't start with the math. Don't start with them.
It doesn't.
It
doesn't.
That's not my strong suit.
I know. I'm just 14 times 2 is not 31.
You know what? Now you're going to make me try and learn what months have 31 and then 30 days, and that's never going to happen.
Did you forget that there's 31 days in October?
You know what? You have to know something up front to forget it. Welcome back to Talking Story. My name is John Mitten. That right there is my literary wingman, the boy wonder here for my booktube Batman. That is
the human calendar.
Calendar, man. Hey, listen, here we go.
Okay, is that a thing now?
Well, I just forgot to open it, and I wanted some Dr. Pepper.
You gotta make a show of it.
Oh, that's good.
If Dr. Pepper does that to you, something's wrong with it.
You know what? I think I added a little something.
That's concerning.
You don't know. That was hermetically sealed. There's nothing added in there. Hey, thanks so much for joining us here on Weekly Reader. This is where we get together. We get to hang out. We get to just talk about books and the cool stuff that we love. Set ourselves up for the week coming up here. Kind of where we've been, what we've been doing. And you know what I did? You know what I did this week?
What did you do?
I caught up on a couple Locust magazine issues that I had not gone through. And there's a couple things that we could share, which means we got book news.
Has Brian made us a song?
No. Have you made us a song?
No, and I won't.
Then we can't cue the, you say you want book news. That's as good. That's
just going to mute you.
Or this is the segment where, hey, John reads a magazine to us.
I like that.
I don't know.
Much calmer.
I don't know what's more exciting.
But people will let us know.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Hey, just real quick, I mean, the Hugo Awards are up, probably on the last to talk about this. I know they're trying to get some validity back. They've had some issues there over there at the Hugos. But the awards did go out. Best novel was Some a Desperate Glory by Emily Tesh. And the best novella went to T. Kingfisher for Thornhedge. Oh. And I know that's been out there and talked about, but, I just saw that. And it's in case you missed it, what I'm not seeing talked about very much, though, are the Eisner Awards, which is out. And I love me some comics, so the Eisner Awards are kind of cool and important to me. Best single issue or one shot, these are awards for comics, went to Nightwing 105.
Did you read that one?
I was shocked. No, I haven't been keeping up with the whole Bat family. I've kind of backed away, and this makes me wonder what's going on over there at Nightwing. Written by Bruno Redondo and Tom Taylor. I'm sure one does art. Best Continuing Series. Continuing Series, the Eisner Award went to Transformers.
Really?
By Daniel Warren Johnson. That's over at Image Skybound. So Transformer fans, apparently there's some awesome stuff going on in the comics right now.
That's kind of surprising. I would have never guessed that.
Let's roll out and get some comics.
Okay, well.
Yeah, you liked it? Yeah, that didn't work for you?
No, it did not.
Yeah, you know what? Someone needs to put their foot straight up your bohonkus and get some energy into you.
Any level of enthusiasm from you just has the opposite effect on me.
You're a sad human being. Best new series is a series called Somna, A Bedtime Story, and that's by Becky Cloonan and Tua Lotte. That's at a publisher called Distillery. So I just thought that was cool. The Eisner Awards are always a cool thing, always make me want to go back to my favorite comic shop. And this one, the Dragon Awards were out. That's given out at Dragon Con. Best science fiction novel was Starter Villain by John Scalzi.
Oh.
Awesome cover on that one. Best fantasy novel is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros.
You have not read that.
I don't think I'm gonna. I know it's super popular. Best alternative history novel is All the Dead Shall Weep by Charlene Harris. Best horror novel is Black River Orchard by Chuck Wendig. Best comic book or graphic novel is Monstrous, and that's by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. Best science fiction or fantasy TV series? What would you think? You can take a guess at this.
I have no idea.
Fallout.
Really?
Fallout at Amazon won that. Best science fiction or fantasy movie. I know you can think of this one. You can get this one.
No, I cannot. I am too tired.
Dune Part 2.
Oh, that I should have guessed that one.
That's kind of a shoe-in. So those are all the awards. You might want to wonder what awards are being given out there, what people are putting on their mantle, what people are celebrating. And so I just wanted to share some of that. A lot of us probably already heard that. Hey, what have you read this week? You're working hard on Frankenstein, I bet, right?
I'm working, but not hard.
Yeah, well... when a book is this good, it's not hard work.
I got a few chapters in. I'm one chapter away from part 3.
Yeah, well, you're in good shape. You'll be set by Tuesday.
I should be okay.
You'll cross the finish line. You'll be ready to go. So what did I think that's it. Did you read anything else? You squeeze anything else in before I cut you off?
I didn't. No, I did not.
Well, that's why I thought I could take that. Ask. I thought I could take that leeway, but I look into my picture there on the screen.
Yeah.
And I charged my lights back here, and it really looks like I'm coming from the mothership. There's some...
They definitely get brighter when they're charged.
Yeah. It's kind of... technology is just cool.
It looks good. I like it.
Let me just stop this whole thing just to say, lights.
Yeah, just stare at your pretty lights.
You just I've been hypnotized. Okay, so I did wrap up Frankenstein, and you know what? Here's what I'm not going to talk a lot about this. I'm not going to talk a lot about this because we got a big whole thing coming up. Whole live with the whole family for spooky season to talk about this book we all read together, and so many of you out there reading it as well with us, and I can't wait to get your thoughts and everything in the chat. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on this. We all know the story, I think. But you know what I am going to say? I say we all know the story, and going into this, I was shocked all over again. I haven't read this since high school. And, I'm a pop culture dude.
Yes, you are.
I feel. Yeah, and I've been plugged into pop culture for so long. The movies and everything else had kind of permeated my memory of this, and there were some surprises here for me in the actual book.
Just things that you had forgotten?
Things that I had forgotten, or things that have been colored by this movie or that movie, or this book that I had read with the characters in it after I read this, or, just different things that have kind of got in there and corrupted my file system, which, let's face it, is not behind the safest firewall.
No, it is not.
Yeah. So, did I remember this properly? Absolutely not. Some things really stuck. Like there are some, I would say some of the conversations between creator and creature, that is permanently, indelibly in there. But there were some real surprises for me about, I didn't remember that, how that happened like that. Or, there were just some, I'm excited to talk about it. That's all I'm going to say. And there were some surprises, and I can't wait for us to all get together this week for our book club with the missus, and the missus will be there. She's finished it. Jacob will be finished it. He'll be there as well. And all of you that have been reading along with us, please join us, and we'll talk about it in full.
That is total. Live Tuesday right here at, I believe, 8 o'clock.
I believe it's 7:30.
Okay, well, then I was about to make everyone show up late.
Yeah, don't do that, because I think when the missus comes in, she wants to get in and out a little bit earlier. So I think it's 7:30.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that does sound right. After that, I picked up the winner of the Patreon read for October. And we've already started voting. The brackets are built. The voting's going on over there. So that's exciting. We'll see what we get on November. This was the winner for October. And Blacktongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. I picked this up next and finished it.
And I know a little bit about what you thought because I peeked in Discord for a bit, but
yeah. Did you peek in Discord? Hey, speaking of, If weekly reader's not enough for you, look right down there. Hit the Discord, hit the Instagram, hit the Patreon. We got all kind. We're
If you
there.
were also reading Blacktongue Thief, you can pop in the Discord and talk with everyone else about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that one's locked unless you're a producer on Patreon.
Yeah, I think so because it's a Patreon read. I was checking in nightly about my thoughts, and look, this is the first Patreon read winner that wasn't a home run for me.
Really? Now, when you say not home run, I'm sure you mean it was still good.
Oh, it's a solid stand-up double. Like, it's a shot that the dude didn't even have to slide into second.
Okay.
A solid stand-up double. At least maybe one of those so good that he kind of rounded second and thought about third, and the third base coach went, "Nah, hold up, kid. Don't make this mistake." So solid. And let me tell you the amazing things about this book. Absolutely amazing things about this book.
Okay.
Christopher Buehlman created this unbelievably harsh, brutal, magical world where there's just one war cropping up after another. It's just a litany of strife in this world, and yet it's still magical to the point where you want to look around and peek around every corner, and he does a great job of shining some light in those corners. And then you start to have these strange mysteries of maybe what's going on with these wars, who's benefiting from them, who's behind them. It's not just maybe natural strife of a line being drawn of, hey, you're on that side, I'm over here. It could be, there could be some more conspiracy going on. There's mystery here that really is appealing to me, that really starts driving us in based on the theme of strife in society itself. So I enjoyed that. The world is just very appealing, very magical, very amazing. He did a great job building it. He did a great job peopling it with so much amazing magic and creatures, and populating it just with such cool things. And the way he does it is with a character voice that is unbelievable. It's laugh out loud funny in places. It's horrific in places. It's terrifying in places. It will the voice itself, it's exactly what you would expect from a writer that is also a stage performer and a monologist that is used to standing up in front of people and affecting a voice that will get a laugh when he wants and get a when he wants. He absolutely translates that into the written word here, as you would expect. The voice is phenomenal. The ending, before I get to the ending, let me just say, some of these things that were sticking under my craw, right? I think, no spoilers, as always, but we have some characters. We've got a young thief beholden to his guild, coming up in the world and exploring who he is and where he fits in the world. Then we've got a warrior that has been through the wars of the past and is hard-bitten and is on a quest. And we've got a young magic user, and the three of them have taken off on this quest. Much like any quest that you would imagine, go all the way back to Lord of the Rings. We're walking, we're going towards a quest. And then these series of unfortunate events happen to us as we're moving on. So these series of unfortunate events are, they're a lot of fun, and they will make your jaw drop, and the voice will make you laugh out loud when he wants you to laugh out loud. But what was my drawback here is these characters, these iconic characters, these archetype characters became kind of like game pieces on a board for me. And as they were walking, they're moving one square to the next and moving along. And when these things happened to them, did I have as much of an emotional impact as I wanted when these things happened to them? Not necessarily, because I didn't think we got past the archetype or the game piece type of level for character, and I didn't have a feeling of connection to any of these characters. So when these series of unfortunate events happened to them, it didn't affect me emotionally because I wasn't tied to them so much. It was almost like I'm watching a big game board unfold, and the story is appealing, the world's magnificent, it's got mysteries I want to solve. I just wasn't attached to character. And I got myself kind of lathered up about this. It's like, I want to love these characters. I want this book to be a home run because so much of it is so good. And I'm lathered up about this not happening. And then there was a little bit of a pace problem. These series of unfortunate events is bang, 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 bang. It's rapid fire. It's pulse pounding. It's unrelenting. And then you get to the third act, where everything should have built up to something, and then things slow down and it's like, why is my third act kind of slowing down for me? So these things, it got me in a lather, and it kind of got me like, and then the ending hits. And I will say, he wrapped up some of these mysteries of the world. He brought these characters to a place of catharsis. He wrapped up this package so satisfyingly for me to the point where I absolutely want to pick up book 2, even after I had these problems. So the ending was that amazing steamy stream of a shower that took that lather off of me and kind of made me enjoy this book way more than I thought I was. So it's kind of, did I have problems? Yes. Was it a home run? No. But did I really enjoy it? And will I pick up book 2? Absolutely. Because he stuck the ending enough for me. And I think where he's going in book 2, maybe because it's going back to a prequel, we're going to kind of get some of that backstory from some of these characters. And I'm going to start to have that connection that I want. And then book 3, from what I understand, some of the people I was talking on Discord with, picks up right after this one. So going forward, we have a bit of that connection. So I have to start seeing this one as kind of a first serve or introduction to the world, right? And I'm going to get all those other things as we go along. And this does have a lot to offer in world, voice, and all those things I talked about. So I'm going to go, it's a solid stand-up double for sure. And the ending I thought was quite satisfying, and he stuck it, not only wrapping up some of the mysteries, but putting in place how those mysteries are going to spin out and go forward, which definitely makes me want to keep reading Mr. Christopher Buehlman.
Well, I'm curious if people will tell you if you may have the same problems with book 2 or if it's solved.
Yeah, hit me up. Daughters War, book 2, the prequel. Let me know what you think.
Oh, so it's a prequel?
I had a little bit. Yeah, it's the book 2 is a prequel to this.
Interesting. Okay. And
then book 3 is supposedly, from what I hear on Discord, is picking up right after this.
Interesting. That's a cool way to do it.
Yeah, it is kind of a neat way to do it. And I'm telling you, his voice is something. You would truly, it's good stuff. So I had a little bit of time left over in the week. So what did I do? Hey, I grabbed up the next spooky read for spooky season because, like I say, we're halfway through. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to the calendar guru over here.
You're not exactly halfway. Where we are. You're just not.
Listen. We're halfway through spooky season. So I wanted to pick up my other spooky season read, which is The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. I'm about 100 pages in. I should be probably 200 or so pages in by the end of the day. Digging this, man. I'm digging this. I heard mixed things, and I can see it's a bit of a slow burn. I had people say the pace is an issue for them. Bit of a slow burn because this is kind of like the pace is such. This is a book about academics and their research into Vlad Tepes the Impaler, the warlord from Wallachia and on the border of Transylvania there. And they start to get pulled into this thing. And some of these academics found themselves chosen in one way or another, which puts them in pretty life-threatening situations because, and I'm sure this is not a spoiler for anyone, at the very beginning, as one young student is talking to his advisor professor, and he finds his advisor professor is one of these chosen as well to maybe know the truth behind these secrets, Vlad could possibly still be very much alive. So it's kind of like through academia and research, Miss Kostova here is completely recontextualizing the vampire mythos, and I just dig it. It's just so fun. She gets the gothic tone so perfect of this young girl who is a diplomat's daughter being pulled to all these beautiful locales as he tells the story to his daughter because the daughter found these notes up on his shelf, and he starts relaying, oh, this is what happened to my advisor, and this is how I first got these, and this is the story that I've been able to take it this far. And I'm crushed by guilt because you may be the next one to take it further, and you're my daughter, and I don't want that. And taking it further is finding and unraveling the mystery of these, apparently this immortal warlord that is behind the scenes. Like I say, I'm just kind of getting into it, but I'm just tearing through it. I'm really digging it. For me, vampires are my jam. That's why I wanted to throw this one in for spooky season. So, I mean, great start for me. Great start for me.
That sounds awesome.
It truly is. Like if you took Dracula and you mixed it with that movie where they're looking for the original Constitution. What is it? Treasures or something?
Oh, National Treasure?
Yeah, like if you kind of, you kind of mash some things together. Except it's got the gothic feel of a writer in charge of her powers. It's not just a romp like that.
Man, if we get an adaptation of this with Nick Cage, that would be something.
You know what? Nick Cage would be great now. He's old enough to absolutely, I think he would nail it. Let me tell you, Nick Cage has got some gears that no one's seen. I think people need to just let him come to the table and do what he wants to do as opposed to expecting to be Nick Cage.
I don't know. I mean, this is way off topic now, but do you think Nick Cage doesn't just come to the table now and go, they're just expecting Nick Cage?
Listen, you're just a shiny object to my magpie pulling me off topic, and you got to cut it out.
You have the weirdest metaphors.
Says you.
That says everyone.
Hey, just a quick break from the show to say a very special thank you to all of our correspondents, our directors, and our producers here that help us build the channel. Together, they do so many things. They help us make decisions. They help us keep the lights on and keep rolling, all the way up to taking over our channel once a month and getting their content on our channel. If you're interested and you have any questions about it, right down there in the description box under the Patreon link, you can find out all about it. And just a very special thank you to all of these people. Now, back to the show. Anyway, I should wrap this up this coming week. I should be through with this and maybe start the next book. And what the next book's going to be, I actually, being halfway through spooky season, I stood in front of a calendar and I counted the days and worked out in my little brain, if 100 plus or so pages a day, can I possibly squeeze in Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb? And I think I can. So that's going to be the next book I pick up. I don't want to wait 1 second longer. I think I can fit everything in this month, so I'm grabbing this next right after I finish The Historian, because I have counted the days on my calendar, and I think if I miss it, it might just be by a day or so that bleeds over into finishing something into November, but not much more than that.
Remind me of what else you have to read this month.
The indie read is Blue Flames by Jacqueline Hagan, Riverfall Chronicles, Book 3. And it's like 700 plus pages.
That's not slim. Yeah.
Yeah, and neither is this. This is 730 or 750 or 750.
And that's it. Those are the only...
These are the last two left.
Okay, so yeah, you should be okay.
So if I can get through this, I think this is going to be a fun read for me, so I can get through it pretty quickly. This is coming up next because I think I can fit everything in. I'm pretty sure I can.
I wish you the best of luck.
You know, I might. If I get really in trouble, I can maybe swap out my indie read for something shorter. I might have to call an audible, but if I have to, I'm gonna, because I just don't want to wait anymore to finish up this Farseer trilogy. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't wait anymore. It's gonna happen.
If your book of the month is not a spooky read, I think it'd be a little disappointing.
Well, this has a real possibility.
What I mean, yeah, you could really enjoy that. I'm just saying, yeah. Robin Hobb has been 2 months in a row.
She might be 3 months in a row, and that just might be the way. And I might just pitch it to you as a spooky read to get you over yourself, because you need to let things go.
There's no way you can pitch that as a spooky read.
Oh, I could pitch it. You wait and see. You hide and watch, mister.
I will.
Hide and watch.
Drink your Dr. Pepper.
Oh, that's real caramel flavoring. That is good.
That is not real.
That's how many flavors in that? I used to know, but it's every single one just comes together in a way that makes me tingle. Hey, listen, what happened last week on the channel?
No clue.
Yeah. It's like you're not even here.
You know what? I won't even remember being here in a week.
That's no way to go through life, son.
I'm like a goldfish. Ignorance is bliss, right?
You know what? Unshaven with headphones on your head, oblivious there's no way to go through life.
I feel okay. I think I'm all right.
I think we need an intervention. Hey, last week we did our spooky list. We kind of did it as like if you like this kind of book, try this spooky book for Halloween for spooky season. If you like this kind of book, try that. We got a lot of great books in there. Check it out if you haven't already. And then Thursday night was our Talking with Tubers, and I got to hang out with Alan from Library of Alexandria, and it was everything you would think it would be.
I watched some of that. That was very fun.
I'm just going to tell you, during the conversation, Alan put me on the Holy War list and took me off the Holy War. It's like all bases were covered. I will say, when he put me on the Holy War list, he just did it in pencil. But I was on there, and then somehow, by the end, I was able to get off. So what a cool man. What a great heart. What a great guy. What a great channel. So much fun to hang out after watching him for so long. I had a great time. I really did. And I think we got a buddy read coming up in the 2025.
Oh, really? What buddy read is it?
It's called Glorious Exploits. It's I don't know the name of the author. I can't see it from here, but it's about during the Peloponnesian Wars. There's a lot of prisoners of war held in a quarry, and a couple of citizens decide that they're going to produce a play using these prisoners of war. So I don't know.
That sounds like a very you book.
But, and Alan has a history of stage as well. So we were like, who better to read and talk about this than two people that have performed on stage before, and him being a historian and a history teacher of ancient cultures like that. So it's like, this is just the perfect thing. And then I think Joanna might join us. She was in the chat and said she would come along.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that would be awesome.
So it's absolutely growing. So that's something to look forward to in 2025. So it was a great conversation. Great conversation. This week coming up, what do we got? We already talked about it some. So Tuesday night at 7:30.
Yeah.
Tuesday night at 7:30, we're going to go live with Book Club with the Missus, which is something we do at least once a month here. We talk books with my missus, and she's, shows me every time how to read a book, because she sees things that I just never see, right?
So she is kind of a genius.
Yeah, she's I don't know what she's doing with me, but anyway, so we have Book Club with the Missus, and this time it's the whole dang fam, because Jacob is going to finish up Frankenstein before Tuesday as well, and we're going to go live so everybody can get their thoughts and questions and conversations in about this amazing classic that we read for spooky season. That's going to be kicking off this Tuesday, the 15th at 7:30 live. If you've read along with us, if you haven't read along with us, feel free to join, because let's face it, you know the story. Everyone knows the story, and even if it's got spoilers in it, I mean,
came out 200 years ago. Get over it.
I mean, 1818.
You've had enough
1818. Time. You've had. If you haven't by now, let's face it.
Yeah. If we can comfortably spoil the end of the movie Jaws, surely we can talk about this.
Did we comfortably spoil the end of the movie Jaws?
I think we did a few weeks ago.
I don't know.
Did we talk about that?
I'm sorry if I did that. I probably shouldn't have done that. So that's pretty much everything that's going on with us. We got, do you got anything else? I don't got anything else. That was packed, man. That was book news, what I'm reading, what I'm going to read last week, this week.
What have you been watching?
You know what? Spurs.
That's it?
Well, you know how I am with once the Spurs start playing. It's only preseason, but I have really wanted to see how Chris Paul meshes in and what kind of leader he's going to be, and the Harrison Barnes as well. And there's some kids that are, I think some of these kids that just got invited to training camp that no one was even looking at, I think they have a chance of making the team. They've got some young talent. I'm telling you, this team is going to be scary this year. They're going to sneak up on people. People aren't ready. People aren't ready for how this is going to go.
You say this every year.
You know what? let me live in bliss. Let me live in my ignorance because it hadn't started yet. I get to do this. I get to do this now.
Last year we had Wemby. You were so excited.
And I'm excited. This is his second year, and I'm even more excited.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So I've been watching some preseason games. I've been loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving the young talent. I'm loving the vets. We didn't have vets last year. I'm loving how they're sinking in with the young talent, leading them, teaching them. It's like a coach on the floor. I love all that. And I finished up Bad Monkey.
And
the final episode, I had a good time with it. It's very fun. I'm a Vince Vaughn fan. I like him a lot. He did a great job with this, and it's been very successful. So I'm sure we'll have a season 2. It's not one I would recommend to everyone, like The Penguin. I would recommend that to absolutely everyone. And have I watched episode 3? No, but I'm going to catch up today before the new one comes out.
Spurs took you away from it. That's why.
Reading and Spurs, I just didn't get there. Getting to talk with Alan and just things going on, I didn't get there, but I will have episode 3 watched today. Have you started yet at all?
No. I have not been able to start.
I don't know. I just don't know what to do.
I don't either. You're going out of town this week, so maybe I can watch it while you're gone.
Yeah, maybe you could, you know how to work the TV here. You could maybe watch it while I'm gone.
I don't know. Your TV's scary.
My TV is set up to where just
you turn
if I
on,
can work it. If I could work it, absolutely anyone could work it. That's the truth.
You turn on those lights behind you, and sometimes it turns on stuff downstairs. It freaks me out.
It is weird. I'm pretty sure this is an old house. There could be a ghost in this room, and when I start turning things on, they run out down the stairs and turn things on downstairs. That could be what's happening.
I don't think that's it. I have a feeling that's not it.
I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Hey, let us know how your week went. I hope it was lovely with you and your family and stress-free, and it was filled with 5-star reads. Hit us up in comments. We're gonna answer comments as quickly as humanly possible because it's a whole reason why we started this channel was to talk to people that love books the way we love books and the kind of books that we love. So let us know what you've been reading, what you're up to, what you're looking forward to reading next. Let us know all those things. How's your spooky season going now that it's half over? All those kind of things, hit us up with. While you're down there, that little thumbs up button, hey, hit that for us. It seems goofy, but you know what? It does help us so much. It helps us grow and reach new people and make new friends and talk about books with a bigger and bigger and growing audience. And if maybe this is your first time, you haven't been to Weekly Reader before, you're just like, hey, what's this doofus reading? I just want to check it out. Or maybe it's you just a couple times. You've seen it and you haven't hit that subscription button yet. What a great way. The ultimate way to support the channel. It's one of the ultimate ways to support us. You hit that. It takes no time at all. Boop. It's done. And, it's a fact. It's a scientific fact. When you do that, when you join your tribe, your people to talk, hang about books and talk and hang about books with, it gives you a little bit of a tingle. It gives you a little bit of a tingle.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you have to listen to him because he's pre-med. I don't know. He knows how the human body. He knows how the human body works because he looked at a book once. I don't know. We make this stuff up as we go along. So that's pretty much it for us. We will hopefully see you all Tuesday night. And if that's not enough for you, like I say, check our Discord, check our Instagram, check our all that stuff down there. Right? It's down there?
Yep. Everything. Patreon, Discord, Instagram, everything you could possibly think of. Twitter. X.
Yeah.
We can keep calling it Twitter, though. No one wants to call it X.
The cool people call it X. That's why we call it Twitter here on the channel.
I don't think the cool people call it X. No one should call it X.
Yeah, I agree. That's it for us, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great week. We will see you Tuesday night. My name is John Mitten. That is...
The Penguin.
I don't think you'd want that title.
I'll have to watch it and find out.
Watch 5 minutes of episode 1 and you will take that back. Thanks so much for joining us here on Talking Story.